let's talk about how to approach a group of girls. So let's start about the opening, because the opening line, the opener, call it as you want. If you're new here, my name is Luca, and I'm one of the world's leading experts about approaching girls in the daytime. Since 2018, I've helped over 1,200 men sleeping with new girls approached in the daytime. I started teaching it only in Italy in 2018, and then also internationally from 2022. You can start in two ways with the opening line. You can start talking to your target, so the girl that you're interested in, so you can start approaching your target directly, or you can approach the group of girls, so you can approach, I don't know, for example, one of the friends, talking about the target in third person. So for example, you can approach, for example, if you're approaching in a direct way, you can say, I just saw you and you look cute. Okay, this is just an example, this is not the opening line, this is just a part of the opening line. But if you're approaching directly your target, you can say this. If you are approaching the group talking about your target in the third person, you can say, I just saw your friend and she looks pretty cute. Okay, so you can use both ways. There is not a very big difference. I personally use mostly the second option, but there is not a very big difference, so you can use both methods to open the conversation. If there are more than two girls, they can entertain each other. So this is a very important thing when you're approaching groups with more than two girls. So if you're approaching groups with 3, 4, 5, 6 girls, they can also entertain each other, but this doesn't mean that you don't have to give attention to everybody. Okay, that you don't have to give attention to the friends. That this is the most common mistake that men makes when we're talking about dealing with groups, that they only talk with their target, ignoring the friends. And then they complain, no, but I approached I approached in groups. I kissed the girl, for example, at the club, and then at the end of the night, the friends came and they stole my target. Yeah, of course, because you're not talking also with the friends. Same thing for daytime situations. You also have to entertain the group. Okay, you also have to talk with the friends, especially if it's only the target and another friend, another female friend. So it's super important. You have to give attention to everybody. Okay, now we will talk about it in a moment, how to calibrate the attentions, because of course you don't have to give 100% of your attentions to I don't know the female friend that she's just like a follower. For example, when you're approaching groups, there is always the alpha female, there is the alpha girl that is leading the group, and then the rest of the girls, they are just followers. So it's important to understand which one of the girls is the alpha female. So you will, when, for example, you understand which one is the alpha female, you can also not ignore the friends, but you can give less attention to the friends. Let me drink 1 second. But especially if there are more than two girls, you have to it's not so important to give attention to everybody, because they can also entertain each other. If there are more than 4 girls in the group, you don't have to introduce yourself to everybody, because it's also weird if like there are, I don't know, 7 girls in the group and then you have to shake hands with everyone. So you don't have to introduce yourself to everybody if there are more than 4 girls. Then when you approach after the opening line, calibrate according to the reactions of everybody. So you have to make the situation stable. You have to make everyone feel comfortable. Otherwise you will encounter on the problem of, oh, but the girl, the ugly girl, the ugly friend, she stole my target, or this kind of situations. It's not that she's stealing your target, it's you that you're not giving enough attention to the right person in the group. So for example, let's say that you are approaching, let's keep it simple, like groups of only 2 girls. So there's your target and the female, another female friend. If, for example, your target, she reacted in a very positive way, and the female friend, she reacted in a neutral slash negative reaction. So she reacted in a neutral or negative way. You have to give more attention at the beginning to the female friend. Otherwise, she will not be comfortable, and at a certain moment, she will steal your target. She will say to the target, oh, but we actually have to go. Especially if she's the female, if she's the alpha female of the group, she will just say, oh, we have to go, and she will steal your target. Or maybe she will, if she's a follower, she will just stay there in the situation, and then when you will get the phone number of your target, the female friend that you didn't give attention to, she will talk shit about you, and she will convince your target to not go out on a date with you. Okay, so it's very, very important to give attention to give attention also to the female friends. And for example, I don't know, let's say in this example that the female friend, she reacted in a neutral way. You have to, for example, give at the beginning 80% of your attentions to the friend, then 20% to your target, and you have to bounce between the two girls. For example, then after, I don't know, 1 minute, maybe you have to give 70% of your attentions to the friend, then 30% of your attention to the target, and then 60, 40, 50, 50, until the situation is stable and everyone is feeling comfortable. And then you can also give more attention to your target, but never, 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 never ignoring totally the female friend. Okay, and especially if it's a bigger group, it's a little bit more difficult. It's not necessarily more difficult, because when you're approaching these kind of situations, you will already earn the so-called passive attraction, because you showed like a very high level of courage, because it's much more difficult to approach a group of girls than a single girl. And automatically you will already earn the let's call it, quote unquote, attraction points. Okay, because you showed already courage. And remember that the courage and the confidence is one of the most important characteristics when you want to attract women. Let me drink 1 second. For those who are connected, you can type your questions now. I'm not checking, but I will answer later. So as I told you, be careful also to the alpha girl, because if for example, if you're approaching already the alpha girl at the beginning, this doesn't mean that you can ignore the other friends. Okay, so it's important also to give at least 10% of 20 or 20% of your attentions also to the friends. Okay, even if you're approaching the alpha girl of the group. Then let's talk about very quickly about closing. So when you're closing with the phone number, you can actually go also for a longer interaction. If you're approaching a group of girls, it depends if you are in a daytime or in a situation in a club. But also consider, for example, if you are in a daytime situations, you can also go for a so-called instant date. Okay, so you can also it doesn't matter that that you are with multiple girls at the same time. Okay, you can also have sex. I understand that it's a little bit out of the reality of most part of the people, but you can also go for a longer interaction when you are in a daytime situations. Okay, you can have a coffee, then you will see, because it's very difficult actually to then to separate the friend when you are in a daytime situation. It's much easier when you're in a nighttime situation, for example, when you're going to clubbing. But also consider the instant date when you are with a group of girls in a daytime situation. So, but let's just keep it simple. For closing, when you are going for the phone number, you can close there is let's say the first method is to isolate your target. Okay, that's why you have to first talk with the friends, otherwise they will not allow you to talk in a private situation with your target. You can say, for example, when you're about to get the number, I don't know, let's say for example that the girl's name is Mary, I don't know, you will say to the friends, can I talk with Mary 1 second, 1 minute in private? Can I say hello, can I say goodbye to Mary 1 minute in private? And if you did everything properly before, they will allow you like 1 or 2 minutes in private with your target. And in that situation you will get the phone number. It's much better to get the phone number away from the friend's eyes, because otherwise your target may feel judged to give her number to you in front of the friends. Let me drink again. Or you can also use another method, which is asking as a joke for permission to friends. Okay, so you don't have to. It's not mandatory to isolate the girl, but you can say, for example, I don't know, let's say always that the name of the girl is Mary. You can ask to friends. Of course, it's a joke. You don't have to say it in a serious way. You don't have to ask for the permission for real. But you can say, for example, oh, if you agree, I would stay in touch with Mary with the phone number. Okay, this is just an example. You can also say the specific app that you're using in your country. If you are using WhatsApp, if you're using iMessage, if you're using SMS, if you're using Instagram, it depends in which country you are. but this is a way you can ask, as a joke, the permission to the female friends, and you don't have always to talk about the date, because this is a way that will increase a lot for those who are already follow me since like a few months. They already know that one way to increase the chances to get a date is to first to already talk about the date when you're in person, and then ask for the phone number. But in a group situation, you don't have always to talk about the date and then ask for the phone number, because talking about the date may put pressure on the girl, because she's observed from the other female friends. So you don't have to always talk about the date, just get the number without talking about the date. Then let's just talk quickly about wingmen, but let me drink again. About because many people, they have this problem that they are not able to go out approaching by themselves, and so you can also go out approaching with a so-called wingman, so with a friend that is approaching with you, but he has to be aligned to your goals, and he has to know the things that you know. Okay, and especially if you still don't know shit about this, if you're not able to approach by yourself, if you're not able to, I don't know, already be successful with girls that are alone, you will not succeed in a group approach, even if you have a friend, okay? Because you don't know anything, he doesn't know anything, and maybe you're not even aligned, you're not coordinated when you're approaching, and you will only get rejected, okay? It's very, very important. For example, when you're approaching a group of girls, you and your friend, you don't have to I don't know, many times it happens that you are making the opening line and also your friend is saying the same opening line at the same time. No, only one person has to approach, and then the other one has to wait for the end of the opening line and then start talking with the other girl. Okay, so if you're not coordinated, you will always get rejected. So you have to be aligned with goals. You have to know the same things, and you have to be coordinated. Okay, that's why it's not like so easy approaching a group of girls. And if you don't know anything about this, of course you will always get rejected and then complain, oh, but the friends are always stealing my target. No, it's you that you don't know shit about this. So if you want to go from being shy or a virgin to having sex with new girls you've met in real life, reducing the chance of rejection to almost zero, even if you don't know what to say to her or feel anxiety at the only idea of going to talk to her, click on the link in the description below and book a free consultation.